If you hood educated, I'm glad you made it. Allow me to unfold my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from a hood brother's point of view to all of you, here, there, and everywhere. Now check me out.
Breaking news, we want to let you know about the missing 7-year-old boy out of Milwaukee has been found safe. Jamal White is safe. That Amber Alert now canceled. Someone took Jamal White at gunpoint last night. Here is a live look at 39th and Lloyd, where family says he was found. You can see a huge law enforcement presence on the scene. Milwaukee police out there. The Wisconsin Crime Alert Network confirms that Jamal was found safe. We have a crew on the scene. TJ Dysart will be bringing us updates, and we will have much more tonight on 12 News again at 10. But again, the missing 7-year-old out of Milwaukee, Jamal White, has been found safe.
A Milwaukee boy who was the subject of a statewide Amber Alert has been found safe. The family says Jamal White was found yesterday afternoon in Milwaukee. According to police, the boy was taken Friday at gunpoint by 4 people wearing face masks. Witnesses saw him put into a white Jeep Renegade, which drove off. It's unclear how the boy was found or if anyone is in custody.
Cold-blooded demonstration. Now, I gotta give honors and praise to the universal creator. I gotta give honors to everybody that participated in trying to get this young man back to his family. I gotta extend my honors to law enforcement for working diligently and trying to find this young man. However, something just don't sit right with me. And this whole kidnapping and the circumstances surrounding this demonstration, it just don't sit right with hood educated. And I know this right here might ruffle a few feathers. It might get some people upset and stuff like that. But I have to give you my portion of understanding. I have to unfold with y'all my beliefs, right? Now, we all understand what a belief is. A belief is something that you believe is true, but you have no evidence to prove that it's true. You're just using your common sense. For an example, if somebody start coughing around you, coughing and sneezing, and their nose running, you can say, you know what, that person is sick. That person got a cold. That person may have the flu, but you have no knowledge. It could be sinuses. You have no knowledge, but just putting 1 and 2 together, you can assume and use your common sense and say, I think that person is sick. You know, their nose running, they coughing, they sneezing, right? So that's what I tend to do with this demonstration right here. Let me say something, y'all. I believe that the father, the family members, and anybody else close to this situation know the who, what, where, when, and why in this whole demonstration. And when I say that, they know who kidnapped that boy. Yeah. They know what's going on. Yeah. And allow me to elaborate, right? Don't just take my word for it. Like I say, this is just my belief, right? But allow me to elaborate, and I need y'all to walk with me on this demonstration, right? I need y'all to pay close attention. Jamal, the 7-year-old boy that was kidnapped, right? A lot of people had the impression that, where was the parents? Why they letting this 7-year-old boy ride his bike down the street? And what I come now to believe, there's not a good neighborhood. Why they letting this little boy just ride around? Where the parents was, right? They wasn't, across the street. They wasn't down the street. Where they was, right? Everybody was questioning that. The parent was right there. The father was right there. According to reports from family members, they are saying that the little boy was riding his bike and his father was in a gray car racing the son. Y'all know how the little boys and little girls try to ride with the car and see if they can, race the car and stuff like that. That what was going on. The father is in the gray car, and the boy is on the bike. Check it out. Y'all see that gray car? Yeah, that's Jamal's father in the gray car. Jamal's father is on the scene. He ain't down the block, cross country, down the street, around the block. He is right there. But I want y'all to pay close attention to the white Jeep. Check it out. Now y'all see the white Jeep. Buster you. The white Jeep stop. Wait a minute. Hold on. Back up. Buster you and then hit it. Right? Now I need y'all ears. I need y'all undivided attention. Okay? Because I'm finna tell you what's finna happen. You're gonna hear the Jeep stop. And next thing you're gonna hear a gun cock. Click, click. Listen. You're gonna hear a gun cock. And you're gonna hear somebody say, bitch. But in all this, you're gonna hear Jamal's father, who I believe to be Jamal's father, yelling, oh, oh. Check it out. Yeah, it's that deep. And for some of you who might entertain the thought and say, well, hood educated, the father was in the car. There might be somebody else that was yelling. I don't think it was the father, nothing like that. Well, don't take my word for it. You might want to take his family member's word for it. Check it out. The boy's aunt tells 12 News 4 men, all with guns and wearing face masks, abducted the boy. She says his father was nearby at the time of the abduction, as they were coming home from the nearby park. My brother was able to pull in the driveway, and they jumped out right here, said Simone White. I'm talking about one person pointing a gun to the window, the other person targeting my nephew. I feel like y'all had enough opportunity to do something to my brother, but he wasn't the target. It just doesn't seem like that. My brother wasn't the target. What'd she say? Yeah. It wasn't just no one guy. They had a gun on the father too, so that's why you hear the gun cock. And that's why you hear the father yelling, "Ow," and all that old type of stuff. Because we got to keep something in mind, right? The father yelled before Jamal yelled. So what that tell us? Because we hood educated, not lane related. That tells us that the target initially was the father. They at the father. The father the one yelling and all that first. Why would they cock their gun and call the little boy out his name? He ain't did nothing to him. They cocked that gun and was on the father and was like, bitch. And the father got to yelling, oh, oh. And then a few minutes later, a few seconds later, we hear Jamal crying out for his father. Check it out. Cold-blooded demonstration. I'm talking about traumatizing to hear this young boy yelling for his father, the person that's supposed to protect him against all harms. Can't protect him, but he's still yelling for him. Daddy, Daddy. You can hear the trauma. You can hear the fear in his voice as he's hollering for his father. And next thing you know, you hear the car speed off. But I need y'all undivided attention one more time. Because when that car speed off, you're going to hear somebody say something. And I need you to pay close attention to what he said. Check it out. Yeah. Y'all heard him? Fuck! Excuse my language. I gotta give it to y'all in the raw though. The father upset, mad. They done grabbed his son. So, allow me to give y'all my portion of understanding as to I believe what happened. I believe they were sitting out there waiting on the father, Jamal's father, and I believe they was about to leave. The father not understanding that these boys been laying and waiting on him for some time now. So when they about to leave, they see the boy racing the father. They look and see in the car, this dude right there. They, Buster, we own him. We own him. Soon as the father stop, get out to kick it with his son or whatever, or to get out his car and go into the house, they jump out. Click, bitch, come here. The father break. Oh! Probably thinking he was about to lose his life when that man cocked that gun and the other guys was around him. Oh! He broke out, ran. Left his son. This is just my portion of understanding. And being that they couldn't get him, they grabbed his son. Come on. But one thing we gotta understand. This was not a hit. What you mean, hood educated? They pulled guns out and all that. They could have killed the father if they wanted to. They could have shot the father if they wanted to. They was that close. Shots would have been fired, bah, 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 trying to kill the father. They wouldn't have touched that boy. They wouldn't have did that if it was a hit. But the simple fact that they didn't shoot at him, the simple fact that he ran and they grabbed that boy, it tells me there's a lot more going on here. And for him not to jump inside his car and chase them down after they snatched his son, nah. It's a lot more going on here. Men, women, everybody. Gangsters and civilians. Get in the comments and let me know right now if somebody snatched your child, threw him in the car, and drove off, and you had a car, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You ain't finna, I know. Look, I'm gonna tell you what I do. Listen, I'm gonna be in that car, and I'm gonna stay a nice distance away from them. And I'm going to be on 911 giving them great details. Oh, yeah, we on 5th and Logan right now. Yeah. Okay, yep, they come. Okay, we getting on Plymouth right now. They taking a right on Plymouth, going towards the old McDonald's back in the day. Yeah, Pilot City and all that. Yeah, up that way. They going towards Penn. I'm giving great details. It's a white Jeep. It got black on it. It was 4 black guys with I'm giving great details. Y'all ain't getting away with my son. Y'all finna have to start shooting at me and everything. I'm still gonna be, no. This is my son. My baby, my bloodline. No, I can't deny him. Now, I understand the part where when they ran up on him and had them guns out, he probably thought he was finna die. I don't blame him for trying to save his life and run and yell and all that old type. I don't blame him for that right there. He probably thought he was finna die. The last thing he thought was in his mind is that they was gonna grab his son. Whatever dealings that he got going on with these peoples, he probably thought it was gonna be all about him. But not understanding that when he ran, it upset them. And they grabbed his son. This is my portion of understanding. Like I said, this is just a belief. This right here is just something that I'm putting together using my common sense. Because once again, allow me to reiterate. I don't see why that man ain't jump in that car and chase that other car down. I don't see why he didn't jump inside his vehicle and chase the kidnapper's vehicle's car down. I don't see why. The only reason that I can entertain in my mind is that he understood who the guys was. He understood what he did. And he understood why they took his son. And initially he probably thought, man, I can't call the police. But at some point he had to. And that's when the police got involved. And when the police got involved, the guys that kidnapped the son, who probably was going to hold the son and say, hey man, you owe us this, or whatever the case, whatever dealings that he had with these peoples, all that went out the window soon as the police got involved. Yeah. Because don't nobody want to be holding on no 40 years. Because that's what that is. That's kidnapping, at least in the state of Minnesota. You know, you looking at up to 40 years. Don't nobody want to just be holding on to no 40 years like that. Knowing they ain't finna harm the child, they ain't finna kill the child, they ain't finna do nothing to the child. Nah. Ain't nobody trying to hold on to no 40 years. That's a life sentence. You might as well kill somebody and throw them in the trunk. You see? So nah. Now, another cold-blooded part about this whole demonstration is this right here. How did they find the boy hood educated? Was the boy left loose? Was the boy just walking down the street wandering and some adults seen the little child and say, hey, where your mama and your daddy at? Where your peoples at? What you doing out here? It's late at night. What's going on? Did they find him sitting on the porch or something like that? Like, how did they find the boy? They found that boy inside of a house. Check it out.
They was beating on the door for Corey Williams. Right.
Corey Williams!
Corey Williams.
2028 North 39! Come to the front door with your hands up! You have a felony warrant for your arrest!
So somebody was saying he was like found on the porch. He was in the house. Oh, that's why you can't listen to stories. He was actually in the house. That's why they was kicking it down. Mm.
That picture is from outside of here. That's the house that he was
Coming out of
that house right there.
It's on this
The
side.
third house.
Oh, with the red.
That is video footage from the scene. Police knocking on the door, beating on the door, telling Corey Williams, hey, come on out, we got a warrant for your arrest. How they get a warrant for his arrest that quick? How they know where he was with the boy that quick? I'm gonna tell you how they knew. According to the family, Jamal's family, somebody called them and gave them a tip, and they called the police. this possibly could be the first time in kidnap history where someone will call the family members and say, hey, we think your son is over in this house right here, or your nephew is over in this house right here. So y'all might want to come and see what's going on, instead of calling the police. Was it a reward out for the young man? I mean, I'm not sure. But was it a reward out? I thought I heard somebody say it was $50,000 reward out for the boy. So you mean to tell me somebody sent this child, go in this house knowing that the child was kidnapped, and instead of calling the police, they called the family. Hey, hey, check it out, man. And it's money on the line. They can call the police and get that bag. Hey, check it out. Nah, hey, man, I think your son over here, man. You know what I'm saying? That right there allows me to entertain that everybody know what's going on. Everybody know what's going on. People on the outside, we don't, right? We don't know what's going on, but everybody else know what's going on. Because for them to call the family and say, like, a tip, y'all got a tip. And when y'all got this tip, we talking from a gangster perspective now, right? When y'all got this tip that the boy was over here at this house, the fathers, the uncles, and gang and them ain't go slide. You know what I'm saying? Ain't go sit out there and wait. Hey, y'all, for sure, who? Y'all seen my son go in there for real? Y'all, who in there? They ain't go slide and pull up. No. Because they know what's going on. They know what's happening. People on the outside don't know what's happening. But people that got some type of sense and that's hood educated, yeah, we know what's going on. And not only that though, right? Because we got to understand something. In order for them to get a warrant for this man and all this like that, there has to be some type of evidence. There has to be something saying that, hey, he is the guy that did it. He is the guy that kidnapped the son. Somebody had to tell them something and give them something tangible for the police to go, for the investigators to go to the judge and say, hey, look, we believe the boy over here in this house, we got a great tip, this, that, and the other, woo, woo, woo. We need a warrant for this person. Not kicking down the door. Let's kick the door down. Let's see who up in here. Hey, what's going on? No, they yelled that man name. Hey, Corey Williams, open the door. Come out with your hands up, playboy. It's over with. The house surrounded. We got you. You see? Nah. Come on now. And look, I'm glad that the little boy's safe. Regardless of what his father got going on or his mother got going on or whatever, I'm glad that the little boy's safe. But there's more to the story though. And a lot of people, hey man, y'all need to mind y'all business, man. Hold on, wait a minute. Because people weren't saying that when they was asking for the public help. Hey, flyers, hey, come and help us find our son and all that. Okay, all right, no problem. The public is coming to the rescue. So now everything unsettled. The public want to know, hey man, what the hell happened? What's going on with this? Hold on, this don't look right. Listen, y'all. A person at the scene said that the father had pictures of the boys that did it. Check it out.
How they came to you?
No, they in. I went over there. They said they did get in. They still, and the little boy is just sitting in the car. The dad mad cause upset because he want to go down there, but they won't let him. Yeah. He got pictures of the boys, of the dudes. Yeah, I don't know, but that's where he walked off looking at the pictures. The whole family walked that way.
Yeah, because the boy on one leg is going fast.
That's the uncle. That's the brother.
How he get pictures? And these guys supposed to have on masks and gloves and all this old type of stuff. How he get pictures of the boys? and he trying to show the police or whatever the case may be or however, but he got pictures of these boys. The only thing that I can entertain is that he know these boys and them boys know him. And whatever dealings they got going on, they didn't want to kill him. They wanted something from him. And whatever that is, they was trying to get it. Now, before I depart, allow me to say this right here to y'all. This goes back to what I always say. Guilty by association. If you out here playing in these streets, whether you drug dealing, drug doing, pimping, hoeing, robbing, stealing, scamming, killing, whatever you doing, this stuff right here can spill over to the innocent. Because you can make somebody so upset at you that if they can't get you, we'll get something that's next to him. We'll get what he loves. And by the grace of the universal creator, he put something on them boys' heart and on something on their mind that didn't allow them to harm that child. Even though they harmed him mentally and emotionally, he'll never forget that. But they didn't kill him. And according to reports so far, they said ain't no harm been done to the boy. Now, I don't know, later on down the line, I don't know. But according to right now, they say ain't no harm been done to the boy. So, again, for all you brothers and all you sisters who live in that criminal lifestyle, it's not about you all the time. You know what you're doing. You know how to hide and get out the way and all that old type of stuff. It's the people that's close to you that's walking around gullible. They have no clue what you involved in. They don't know that you robbed a big time drug dealer on the north side of Minneapolis. They don't know that. They don't know that you ran off from the plug out there in St. Paul. They don't know that. You understand? They don't know none of that. But being that people know that these people are your loved ones and they are close to you, yeah, they can do that to them. And it'll be your fault. It's time we need to start thinking. We need to start thinking for a change. And especially if you in that lifestyle. Don't be having your mama, your cousins, your friends, and people that have no clue to your lifestyle around you. Because they can be a casualty of your stupidity. This is Hood Educated, not Lame Related. Peace and love, and y'all take care of yourself out there. If I said anything that caused you to think, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. And if you're feeling generous, please make a small donation to the channel. Peace and love.